You can now actually take this that away from the man you just saw on the screen. That is Aruna Quadri, a fantastic ping pong player, table tennis player for Nigeria. He has been doing so well. He has been holding his own when it comes to table tennis on the continent and on the world stage. On that note, I welcome you to the program this evening. Sports update on Trust TV. I am Emmanuel Fashemi, and we will be starting with table tennis story on the show this evening, and it's going to be centered on Aruna Quadri, where he has retained his #1 position on the continent of Africa. Right now, he's ranked 11th in the world, still retaining his position as #1 on the continent of Africa, followed by his compatriot, you already know, that is Omar Sa of Egypt, who is ranked 22nd in the world in the international table tennis ranking. So good one for Aruna Quadri, despite he lost his singles men's final in the African Games just days ago. Despite that, he was able to retain his #1 position on the continent of Africa and still remain 11th in the world, that is in the ITTF ranking, that is the International Table Tennis Federation rankings for Aruna Quadri. 11 in the world, #1 on the continent of Africa for Omar Sa, 22 in the world, and #2 on the continent of Africa. And other Nigerian also who gained quite a lot of promotion is Dem Ofyong, who won the bronze medal in the singles event in Ghana, gained 45 step up on the ladder. Now she's now 97 in the world, and she's the best ranked female player, Nigerian female player. You know, Dina Masharef is #1 on the continent of Africa. And for Aruna Quadri, fantastic player, fantastic table tennis player, and he has been doing so well when it comes to table tennis. Just days ago, like I said, he lost his singles final in the men's singles final of the table tennis event in the African Games, but despite that, he retained his position on the ITTF ranking and retained his position on the continent of Africa as #1. For Aruna Quadri, Dem Ofyong, and every other Nigerian that is on that ranking, and also Egyptians doing so well. You know, when it comes to the ping pong game, you cannot take that away from the Chinese and Koreans because they actually owns this game. But for Aruna Quadri and every other African player, holding their own against these top countries is a massive one. So congratulations and kudos to all of them for retaining and moving up in their various position. I have Abba Michael that will be joining me on the show this evening from Plateau State. If he's ready, he will be joining us on the show this evening. Like I said, congratulations to Aruna Quadri and co for maintaining and retaining their various positions on the continent and on the world stage. That is the ITTF rankings. Now let's leave the ping pong games and quickly talk about the administrative side of the round ladder game. Now we're going to talk about the second tier league of Nigeria, that is the Nigeria National League, NNL. The most important league in the land is called. But as it stands, George Alu, the chairman of NNL, has said that games, the NNL games, will be live on TV from next season. Games will be live on TV from next season as it stands right now, and that is coming from the chairman of NNL, George Alu, as he is called. So it's a good one. If we can have our games, our second tier league on local TV, at least that is going to give us a lot of grants, publicity. You'll be able to know some players who are playing their trade in the NNL, and also players who are playing in the Nigerian Premier Football League, that is the senior league. So it's a good one that we'll be having games on local TV come next season, according to the chairman of the Nigeria National League, NNL, George Alu by name. So fantastic one, fantastic move. It's a welcome development. That is the way to go. It is what it is, because as it stands right now, we just need to get our acts together, because if you look at other leagues of the world and on the continent of Africa, they are actually evolving and developing fast. So Nigeria also needs to develop and catch up and surpass where they will surpass that level and get it right. So administratively, we just need to get it right, and then probably get investors, get sponsors for this league. Teams get sponsors for the various teams. put in money. The government also supports with their various policies and what have you, and you can actually have a very viable league where instead of people watching the EPL, they decide to watch the Nigerian Premier Football League. If you watch the EPL, sometimes if you look at their weekend games, you see how the stadium is packed full. 30-something thousand, 74,000 at Old Trafford. That is the Theatre of Dreams. Emirates, you 64,000 watching games. So also we also want to see this number of crowds buying match tickets at match venues in the Nigerian Premier Football League. Who says we cannot surpass that standard? We cannot be better than the English Premier League, La Liga, Bundesliga, and the French Ligue 1. They call the French Ligue 1 the Farmers League. Nigerian League can surpass that and get better and better. So congratulations and kudos, thumbs up for George Alo, the chairman of Nigerian National League, for making sure that by next season, all the games will be on local TV. All right, let's leave NNL and quickly look at this fantastic story as we speak. Medals are coming in, but on the Money Show, like I said, by tomorrow, by the early hours of tomorrow morning, midnight tonight, we should be having the latest medal table. But as it stands, Nigeria is still second on the medal table with 22 gold, 48 in total. So let's quickly look at this story now of the Falconets, who are doing so well at the African Games 2023. Now, the Falconets defender Shobowale has said the Falconets set their sights on the ultimate prize. And what is that ultimate prize? Is to win the gold. The gold they won in Rabat, Morocco, 2019, the last edition. That was the 12th edition. Now, in the 13th edition, they are looking forward to win that gold again, just the way they won it in the last edition in Rabat, Morocco. So it's a good one for the Falconets. They defeated their opponent. They beat the likes of Morocco and Co. 4-0 in their second game, 4-0 thrashing of Senegal in their second game, and they are through to the semi-final. And they are the most dreadful team in the African Games. That is the football event for women, and as it stands right now, they are looking so good to retain that gold, to win that gold again. And that is why their defender Shobowale is saying they have set their sight on the ultimate prize. And what is the ultimate prize? The ultimate prize is the gold medal at the end of the games. And we wish them well and hope that Christopher Danjuma and these girls do us proud by bringing back the gold medal of the football event of the Women Africans Games 2023. All right, we'll still talking about the women's football. Now let's talk about the senior women's team, where we already know April 5th, the first leg at the MKO Abiola National Stadium here in Abuja will be hosting the Bafana of South Africa in the last round of the Paris 2024 Olympic qualifiers. The last time we graced the Olympic Games football event for women was Sydney 2004. 2008 we were not there, that is in Beijing. 2012 in London we were not there. 2016 in Rio, that is Brazil, we were not there. And the last one, Tokyo 2020, we were not there. That the Super Falcons were not there. But this time around, they are saying they really want to be at the Paris 2024 and showcase their talent. But the only thing stopping them right now is the defending champions of the African Women's Nations Cup, Bafana of South Africa, who they will be playing two-leg games, two-leg qualifiers. The first leg will be coming up on the 5th of April at the MKO Abiola National Stadium here in Nigeria, and then the return leg will be in South Africa. All right, we have Abba Michael joining us this evening on the show. Michael, welcome to Sports Update on Trust TV. It has been a fantastic journey. The African Games is going on. Team Nigeria is doing so well. We've looked at this. Aruna Quadri retaining the #1 on the continent. That was our first story on the show this evening. And then we also looked at the Super Falcons, the NNL game. So I don't know where you would like to start from. Okay, start from the African Games quickly, where the Falconets say they set their sight on the ultimate prize, which is the gold. And as it stands, Nigeria is second on the medals table with 22 golds, 48 in total. And we are looking by midnight tonight, we should have the latest medals table, or tomorrow morning, as early as tomorrow morning. And let's see if Nigeria will topple Egypt, who have 53 gold medals, standing #1 on the medal table?
Wow, yeah, it's quite interesting, Coach Chris Danjuma, I think, is doing a great job in putting these girls together, and we have shown that they are really, really, they have good finishing, good cohesion. I mean, the girls are truly clinical, and that's an encouraging win for us. And I believe that we will definitely close in on Egypt. We're happy thus far with the progress that we are making. And it's just that Egypt are not only African giants, they are also world beaters when it comes to like sports. They are highly technological, and it's maybe difficult to close them out completely because they are really an advanced nation when it comes to sports. But
Okay,
so far, we are doing a good job.
Okay, we are doing a good job. We got our first medal in badminton. That is from Anulu Akpo Okpeyori. That's the first gold medal we got. And then follow suit. The ladies on Sunday has to show their class in wrestling, where they got all of the gold medals in their respective categories. And yesterday, just yesterday, the weightlifters carted all the golds in their respective lifting exercises. So it's a good one. Like you said, the Egyptians are advanced, but I can tell you, if we keep our acts together, we can usurp them at the top of the medal table. But react to this story where George Aluo, the chairman of NNL, has said from next season, games will be live on local TV.
Yes, that's a very big one for us. I mean, if that can come to fruition, it will be a giant stride, a very big step in the right direction. And Nigerians need to watch this NNL. You will be shocked that we have even better talents at the NNL. The best players never get opportunity to play under the cameras. That has been the challenge. And so if he can really make that happen, that to me will be the biggest achievement of his administration. Let the NNL gain visibility and wide coverage so that more players can be spotted, so that we can replace some of these our midfielders at the AFCON.
Definitely, we can replace some of these our midfielders at the AFCON. Now, we were talking about the Olympic qualifiers between the Bafana of South Africa, the Banyana of South Africa, I beg your pardon, and the Super Falcons of Nigeria, where Noko Matolu, the defender of the South African lady, is talking tough that they have an edge over the Super Falcons. The first leg will be 5th of April at the MKO Abiola National Stadium here in Abuja, and then before we visit them in the return leg. Do you think we've not been to the past 3 editions of the Olympic Games, that's for the women's football? Do you think we can actually get the better of the South African ladies, at least get that Olympic ticket Paris 2024?
Yes, I mean, they have the bragging rights. It's like they've won the last 4. And right now, we have really been missing out. And so they have the audacity to talk tough, to boast, and drag Nigeria down because of our previous performances. But I don't want to believe her. I still want to believe that our coach knows what she's doing, and our girls will definitely be at the Olympics. I mean, we have a solid foundation, we have a good cadets, and I believe strongly that we'll be able to take out South Africa. So they can talk tough all they want, but that is not enough. I believe Coach Desire knows what to do to make sure that Nigerians get to the Olympics.
Yes, Coach Randy Wardrum know what to do and see that we get to the Olympics. Matolo Noko can be talking tough again. Well, let's see the Super Falcons against the Banyana of South Africa in the Paris 2024 Olympic qualifiers. The first leg will be 5th of April here in the city of Abuja, and then the return leg will be in South Africa. At the end of the day, one team will have to qualify. Okay, let's see how it goes. They will be coming here first. We just need to get our acts together here in Abuja and get the maximum result. All right, let's leave the Olympic qualifiers and talk about basketball, where now the organizers of the FIBA AfroBasket have given the kudos and the nod to Angola to host the 2025 Afro Basketball Tournament. That is Angola. And when it comes to basketball, they are one of the big countries, the toughest country when it comes to basketball on the continent of Africa. Michael, Angola getting the hosting right for 2025, I think that's a very big one, and they might be looking to host and win.
Yes, people need to understand that Angola is a powerhouse when it comes to basketball. Before the Tigers took over 10 years ago, it has been all Angola affair. For almost 10 years, it has been all about Angola before the Tigers now took over, I think, in the last 10 years, and they have been exchanging taking turns at the top. And so I think they've hosted the recently AfroCan or so. And so now it's a 16-country showcase, and I think Tunisia is the defending champion or so. But Angola is one team to worry about when it comes to basketball. They have a very good basketball fundamentals. Their coaching, their cadets grading is always very solid. So many players that play abroad from Angola and Nigerian origin. So Angola is definitely the team to beat. Despite the fact that Tunisia may be the defending champion, but Angola is the most feared team as far as African basketball is concerned.
Yes, Angola is the most feared team as far as the African basketball is concerned. The likes of Cape Verde, Egypt, Tunisia are also strong nations when it comes to basketball. All right, let's leave the Afro basket. Let's go straight to Europe and talk the round leader game. Tonight, action continues in the second leg of the match round of 16. That is the UEFA Champions League. Games will be coming up tonight in the UEFA Champions League. We saw Arsenal and Barcelona joining the likes of PSG and Bayern Munich for the quarterfinals. Now, tonight, Atletico Madrid will be hosting Inter Milan at the Wanda Metropolitano in Spain, where Inter Milan is leading the first leg with 1-0 aggregate, and Borussia Dortmund against PSV Eindhoven of Netherlands. The aggregate is 1-1. Big one tonight, Michael, between Inter Milan and Atletico Madrid, 2010 champions, and against 2014 finalists. That is Atletico Madrid.
Yes, I strongly believe that Atletico Madrid have the edge despite trailing by 1 goal. They have the home crowd solidly behind them. And if there's one team that performs exceedingly well in front of their home crowd, especially in the Champions League, I remember the runs they had with Real Madrid in 2014 and 2016. And the coach is still there. The team is still very solid. They've had 1 or 2 additions in recent years. I think that team is still a formidable strike. They have a formidable cohesion up front. And despite the resilience of Inter Milan, I want to believe that Atletico Madrid should find a way to repeat what Arsenal did, by going on penalties. And of course, but for Borussia Dortmund, I want to believe that the home crowd will also give them an edge to be able to surmount this team from Netherlands.
Okay, so Matt did that from Netherlands. Good one tonight in the UEFA Champions League. But Michael, quickly, if you look at the way Inter Milan are playing for their last 5 games, they've been struggling, winning matches 1-0. They've not been scoring much goals. And in the last not even 5-6 games now, do you think this 1 goal can really save them? Both teams are a very defensive side, and they play physical style of football. But who do you think? Because I'm actually interested in this game. That's between Inter Milan and Atletico Madrid. Now, if you look at the pedigree of both coaches, that is for Diego Simeone, who has been there, who has been with this team. Do you think he can get better of Inzaghi tonight? Because I believe these two have experience.
Yes, I mean, it's going to be all experience versus experience. Atletico Madrid have so much firepower. I mean, Felix, look at that, their squad. Their firepower is too much for Inter Milan to contend. I know Inter have one of the best defenses. If you watch the Serie A, you see them looking very resilient, despite the fact that they've been profligate in front of goal, but they've had manageable and respectable scorelines in the last couple of games. But this is the Champions League we're talking about, and every team will want to be, especially the big teams, will want to be in the quarterfinals. And you and I know that playing all defensive game is not enough to get you to the quarterfinals. Somehow, the defense will definitely get vulnerable and jittery at some point, and that is where I believe Atletico Madrid, with their hostile crowd, will have the edge over Inter Milan.
Okay, we have the edge over Inter Milan, the likes of Depay and co. Morata, let's see what they will do tonight against the Italian defense. All right, let's leave the UEFA Champions League. There's one game coming up tonight also in the English Premier League. We have AFC Bournemouth will be at home to play Luton Town in the English Premier League. And then we have one cup game in France, that is French Coupe de France fixture, just one game. PSG against Nice in the French Cup game, that is in France. All right, Michael, before we go, as we speak, sporting events are ongoing in the African Games. We have some of our teams, the handball team are already in town, that is the Golden Arrows of Nigeria. What is our chances at the end of these games? From the look of things, the minister has made sure that he went there, he had a one-on-one with the athletes, the team Nigerian athletes, and then some of the issues raised that has been met, their welfare, whatever. Do you think, because if you look at the gap now between Egypt and Nigeria, 53-22, that is for the gold medal. If you like, you have 100 medals. As far as the gold is less, you will find yourself in a position where you're not supposed to be. But because of the 22 golds, we are ahead of South Africa and Algeria. 22, the Algeria and South Africa have 18 gold medals, while we have 22. And like I said, games, activities, sporting activities are ongoing. Nigeria also will be raking in gold medals, same as Egypt. But at the end of it all, do you think Nigeria can really, because we came second in Rabat, are we still going to be coming second this time around?
Yeah, most likely we may come second because if you look at it, the athletics have not started. That is where we get lots and lots of our medals. We rely a lot on athletics. I know we do well in weightlifting, boxing, wrestling. Those are our strong points. But at the moment, I think we need to focus on athletics. It's good. Tobi Amusan is there. She's gunning for a third title. And then this Ebuka of a guy also for the hammer event. We have prospects in athletics, the 4x100 meters. I mean, the individual medals, except for maybe Ferdinand Omanyala, who may be a problem for the 100 meters. But I believe that we have a squad, especially for the athletics. If we can get like 4 or 5 gold medals from there, we should be able to finish second, because it may not be so easy to close in on Egypt. And I hope we are also aware that it's like the badminton team have arrived already. It's like they've been, some of them have been ousted, some of them are back from Ghana already. So our chances are a bit slimmer at the moment.
All right, our chances a bit slimmer at the moment. All right, Baba Michael, that is where we'll be leaving it on the show Sports Update this evening. Thanks for joining us all the way from Plateau State. The cold place, that place is very cold, and I know you are enjoying the weather.
Yeah, sure. 19 degrees today.
All right. All right, that is it on the program Source Update. I am Emmanuel Fashimi. Say thanks for watching.
Wins the ball back. Christy Uchebe plays football for Benfica. The only Nigerian player left in the Champions League. She finds Jennifer Echegini. Echegini takes a side to the box. She takes a shot. It's a goal! Beautiful play from Jennifer Echegini. She finds Esther Okoronko. And it's Esther Okoronko who scores for Nigeria. It's a debut goal for her. It's a fantastic one there. And it's Nigeria who take the lead after 15 minutes. But kudos must be given to Jennifer Echegini. Beautiful play there for Echegini on the flank. She beats the first marker, beats the second marker, and of course takes a cross into the box, and the ball falls into the calm hands of Esther Okoronko. Wow! Impact to substitute starting lineup changer there from Coach Randy Wardrop. His strong decision Very strong decision to drop Asisat Oshoala on the bench. Looks like he might just be paying off for Nigeria. And it's no